Come check out the collector's edition of the Blood Angel Codex.
Spiky bits.
What's up, hobby maniacs? Baer with you again today, taking a look at the brand new collector's Blood Angel Codex. Dun dun dun. Now, this release, we didn't see a big collector set per se for the Sons of Sanguinius, but we did get the standalone book. So not exactly like we saw with the Death Guard release with all that dope counters and tokens and things like that, but it still is a pretty swanky little book. Now this one goes for $80, so it's double the price of the normal Codex pictured over here on the right. But everything else for the most part on the inside is exactly the same. This particular book here just has new artwork on the front and the back, which you're going to see right here. We got it on our paint table, just keeping it real in the Beats lab here with a little bit of foil action down here in the right hand corner. You can see they're fighting against the Tyranids. That was like the big thing for them. Oh, got a piece of sprue right there. It is a different material here. It's a little bit more, I would say, textured, and it feels almost like it's like one of those books that generally has, it's not quite velvety. I don't know what this material is, some sort of thicker laminate type deal, but it's definitely not this UV coat here that you see kind of shining in the light. Now when you open it up, you're going to see it does have the same cover inset right here from this with some nice silver foil action right there, and then it's got the black foil on the sides here, unlike this one right here, which just has the normal kind of paper stock. And then on the back inset is just the motif of the Sanguinary Grail kind of reliquary thing right there. Don't exactly know what that is, just some little clip art that appears throughout the book, also right there from time to time. Contents wise, everything like that, it's gonna be exactly the same, except for there is a nifty little bookmark that you can flip out, and that could keep your place right there. Now, we talked about this book when it first came out, you know, all of the new rules and everything in here. 77 data sheets in this one. There's 76 in the Dark Angels book that came out. We talked about a lot of rules, a lot of tactics and things. You know, everybody was hot on the stratagem that allowed the Forlorn Fury, that allowed the Death Company to just kind of rage across the table in the battle, but it seems like a lot of folks have switched it up and now they're just dropping in with the jump packs instead of setting up on the table, because setting up on the table is, and not going first, is such a detriment these days that if you can just keep half of your units and hide the rest per se, especially with some of the competitive events going to line of sight blocking terrain on the bottom floors of ruins, that really helps you out. A couple of the favorite pieces of war gear in here, as opposed to the Blood Angels or the Dark Angels book, that doesn't seem to have some very good relics, but in here you've got the Angel's Wing, which allows you to equip some sort of HQ character or character in general with this, then shoot torpedo style into combat, absorb or negate the Overwatch so that they can get in, and then you can declare a secondary charge with another unit that could possibly destroy a high value target of your opponents there. Unfortunately, the Warlord traits in this book aren't as good. So the relics in this book better than Dark Angels, Warlord traits worse than Dark Angels, and you know, Dark Angels and vice versa. They have Brilliant Strategist, which is pretty phenomenal to take, to be quite honest. So a little bit of a flip-flop there. And then of course we all know the play styles are way different between the two books here, whereas these guys are going to land, they're going to get in and do stuff. Dante probably isn't worth taking, whereas Azrael, for the same price point of 180, is probably worth taking. Some of the support characters are going to be worth taking over, you know, some of the stuff in the Dark Angels book. And then, of course, in the Dark Angels book, you have dedicated support units for Deathwing and Ravenwing. And here, yes, you have some stuff for the Death Company, but you don't really have the same kind of level of dedication whereas you do in the Dark Angels book for the Ravenwing and the Deathwing. So that's just kind of a brief little update to kind of where we are a couple weeks in on the Blood Angels themselves. But again, we don't have the full-on collector set. Unfortunately, they didn't give that option to us, but the collector's book itself does seem to be very cool, and it is of a higher quality, I would say, from the Citadel Vault than... Ooh, it's a little blue foil right there. I didn't realize that was a little blue. That's nifty. Okay, I like that. Than the actual Codex book itself. Now, at $80 versus $40, well, the choice is definitely yours, but you can definitely show how much of a Blood Angels fanatic you are by picking up the collector's book. So that is about it. Short, sweet, and to the point. There really isn't anything else to say. Just wanted to fill y'all in on all this. Of course, you can see the full-on Blood Angels Codex review, tips and tactics review that we already published here in the description below if you want to know more about the Blood Angels and our initial thoughts on them. And then, of course, you can follow it up with our update there. So if you like these kind of features here on the channel, make sure you hit subscribe and turn on notifications so you can be the very first to like and comment on our videos.
Deleted scenes, bonus content, and all the interviews and post-game wrap-up videos can be located in the Hall of Veterans on thelongwar.net. Visit thelongwar.net today and try a week completely free with no strings attached. That's not all. Thelongwar.net is also your hobby resource for exclusive early access with an ad-free experience to all your favorite videos. Members of the Hall of Veterans gain early exclusive access to multiple hobby videos.